Iris a lonely cat, the only.
Welcome to my humble abode. Do you like Smot? You may be wondering, what the hell is Smot? Well, just put a P there instead of the SM. I'm afraid if I say those words too much, my channel will be seen as like, oh, this is a bad channel and this and that. So whenever I do these story time videos, I'm gonna tweak the words a little bit just so I can get on YouTube's good side, so just bear with me. The first time I ever poked Smot was when I was 15. Right now, I just turned 23 the other month, so yeah, I haven't been smoking that long, but that was the first time I did it. And I originally wasn't gonna do it. It's kind of funny. So that's why I'm here to tell the story. And I don't even have a script written down and anything. I'm just kind of sitting here and just trying to tell the story as is. Just because I just don't feel like writing a script. Because I remember the story really well. I've told it plenty of times to peers, so yeah. All right. So, and going on to the future of these stories, like when I tell more, uh, I'm gonna specific characters like people that I used to hang out with and this and that. I'm gonna not say their real names because obviously, and their names will stay consistent. It isn't gonna be like Luna where he like gives everybody different names every single video or whatever. No, I'm gonna stay consistent with the same nicknames. So yeah. Anyway. The best way I can start this video is by explaining my best friend. So I'm gonna call him Chunk, because that was just sorry, that was just his name growing up. Like he just liked that name. That was his nickname. So that's what we called him. He was Chunk. And me and him, we became best friends freshman year of high school. So yeah, and it was like not too long before we even started smoking. So that's cool and all. One night I was just at home playing Xbox with my buddies, the usual night back then, and he texted me to come over. And usually when we have one of us come over, it's usually because our parents got pizza or something, and we wanted to sneakily give each other some slices. We did that all the time. It was just our thing. We wanted pizza, come on over, we'll all sneak you a slice. So I was assuming I was getting pizza. I sneak on over, but all the lights are off. It's so quiet. The whole street is dark. I'm just like, oh no. And I'm looking around, and I about to call this dude because I didn't want to knock on his house door if the lights were off. But I hear my name being called. I look around, and I see him and his brother, chilling in the side yard of his house. So, and I see just like a light. So I'm like, huh? I walk over there, and and that's when I smell it, and I'm like, oh. Yeah, is there a skunk around here? And I see them lighting up a bowl and just smoking. And I'm just like, oh no, you guys are doing the no-nos. Oh no. And they're just like, yeah, come on, come take a hit. It's not bad. It's fun. It's good. It's good. I'm just like, I don't know, man. I'm straight edge, I'm like my hero CM Punk. I'm straight edge, but they were just, on it straight up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm snitching on you. Yeah, they completely peer pressure. It was 100% peer pressure. I kept saying no, I didn't want to do it, but they were consistent about me trying it with them. It was consistent. I'm sorry I had to rat you out, buddy, but yeah, it's funny. But yeah, so I was just like, you know what, fine. Don't ever let anyone peer pressure you into anything. Like no matter what. No matter how far they go, do never accept peer pressure, no matter what. It's never a good thing. But in this scenario though, I was like, whatever, I'll just do it. So and I took the babiest of baby hits, like a baby's baby hit, if that makes sense. Like a baby could have hit harder than I did. And I'm freaking out like, oh, is it gonna kick in? What am I gonna feel? Oh no, no. And these idiots, straight up idiots, decide to drench me head to toe in his cologne, and my buddies and Chunk's brother's cologne, head to toe, just do. And it isn't like cheap cologne. It's like expensive, really smelly cologne. So it's quite suspicious. But obviously, I didn't. We didn't. I was new, so I didn't know anything. I went home, and my dad, because I was essentially the maid of my house, was making me clean up the whole house by myself, like usual. Um, he was like, do this, do this, do this. But usually he would list it out. Like he would tell me to do everything at once. But for this weird reason, he just would tell me to do one thing. And then when I'd get it done, then he'd tell me to do another thing. So I was freaking out like, oh, does he know I'm high? Does he know I'm high? Oh, shoot, he knows I'm freaking out. But it was full placebo. Like I said, it was baby's baby hit. So I was feeling full placebo, didn't even know what the flip I was feeling. So yeah, that didn't turn out great. So I went to bed eventually that night, thinking that I actually got high, but I never did at that time. So the next day, Chunk, my buddy, he texted me up, and it was like not too late in the day. It was pretty early actually. It was like maybe like 1, maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He was just like, "Yo, you want to go smoke with me?" So I decided I mapped everything out. My dad's not home. He's at work. My older brother, who's an asshole, isn't home. He's doing whatever, probably fucking his best friend. I don't fucking know. But so I was like, you know what? Sure, why not? What's the worst that could happen? So he comes over. No, he doesn't come over. This fucker, this motherfucker would do this all the time. He would be like, yo, let's hang out. And then I'll be like, okay. And then all of a sudden he'll just walk in my front door. He'll just knock on the door as soon as I say okay. Like he was sitting there waiting. This motherfucker. I fucking love you, Chuck. You're great. But yeah, we decided to go into the woods in the back of the neighborhood, and we went not too far, but far enough. We couldn't see. Voice crack. We couldn't see the neighborhood road or the houses or anything. And we didn't, we were both new. He just started smoking like a week or two before this day that I'm fully smoking actually for the first time. So no, we don't have any bowls. We don't have any paper. We don't have nothing. You know what we do have though? The old reliable, the old tinny. We whipped out a Pepsi can, crunched up it a little bit, poked the holes, made the choke. You know. I don't mean to be Mr. PSA or whatever, but don't be smoking out of pipes and stuff. Definitely like carve an apple as a bowl. That actually tastes good. Let me tell you, it ain't that hard to make, and an apple bowl actually tastes pretty fire. So I recommend that actually, but never do a can because you're smoking paint and all this nastiness. It's just terrible. And especially when you get to the bottom of it, when you blow it out, your smoke's all blue because of the Pepsi can paint. Yeah, just don't do it. Anyway, he crushes it up, and he has like maybe a gram, 1.5, not a giant amount, and he pours all of it on there every little bit. We go to town. He sparks it up, takes a fat rip, tries to do a ghost trick to impress, not ghost trick, oops, a smoke trick to impress me, because I've never smoked before. I was just like, whoa, that's so cool, because it was like something he learned like 2 days previous, and he was acting like he's known it for so long, so I'd think he's a badass. And I did. I was like, oh my gosh, dude, you're so fucking sick. And then he passes it to me, and I'm like, uh-oh. I get anxiety, shiver in my boots. I'm like, oh no. And so I go to take a baby hit, and he's like, no, dude, you got to take a bigger hit. You got to take a big hit. So I do, and then right as I go to exhale, he's like, no, 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 hold it in. You have to double inhale. And that was the first time I ever heard of double inhaling. And so I was like, just did the double inhale and held it in, and then I coughed like I have never, ever, ever drank anything in my life. I was like, "Ugh." It was terrible. I had a ginormous coughing fit. And I think I only took like 3 hits, but I took massive hits too. They were massive hits. I will give myself that. I didn't skimp out like I did the night previous. And yeah, let me tell you, I I got stony baloney. That is, I got shot up to the moon and back. No, moon is no. I went to Mars and back. Sorry, Elon, but I beat you there. I made it there in 2015 mentally. Anyway, me and Chunk were finishing up the bowl, and yeah, I had the last hit, unfortunately. You know, where I blew it out. It tasted all bad and gross. The smoke was all blue. It made my throat feel like it was closing in. Oh, sounds like there's a plane. Yeah, I'm recording this outside. Don't mind me. Anyway, um, yeah, we were just laughing, having fun, and I finished the bowl. As soon as we start heading out of the woods, that's when it like fully kicks in. When I feel it in my eyes, feel it in my membrane, and I'm just absolutely stony baloney achieved obliterated here. We get out of the woods, and the first thing I'm doing is skipping in a circle all gaily with my hands up, and I'm like, man, I feel so magical. My shark, he's just sitting there laughing at me. He's like, what is going on here? But he's having a blast, not making fun of me or anything. Bro, he's definitely an amazing friend. Shout out to you, Chunk. Anyway, this motherfucker decides, you know what? I'm hungry. Let's go get some Casey's. And for those of you who don't know what Casey's is, there it's a half gas station, half restaurant in specific states in the United States. It's honestly very phenomenal. They're mostly known for their pizza, and for good reason. Their pizza's fire. Their breakfast pizza is probably the best, some of the one of the greatest pizzas out there. If you ever see a Casey's gas station, definitely try their pizza. It is absolutely good. Sorry, not sponsored by Casey's. I have to say that. I wish I would. I would bow down to my Casey overlord because I've worked there before. Working there sucks, but man, their food, I love their food. Anyway, back to it. He says, "Let's go get some food." And that's when I get the shiver in my boots again, anxiety head to toe, like, oh no, we gotta go in public. We're smelling. I'm cooked more than a potato. This is crazy. And I'm like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm freaking out. He's like, dude, it's fine. Starts like, stop freaking out. It's fine. It's fine. So we eventually walked down there. We reeked up the place, no doubt about it. You know, freshly smoked. Yeah, you're not hiding that. No, sorry, you're not good. You're not gonna hide that. But yeah, we went into the gas station. Uh, Grabbed some slices of pizza, and I don't know what it was, but we started looking at the pizza in the pizza warmer, and the pepperonis were like placed weirdly, and we just could not stop laughing about it. And it wasn't like tiny, like hee 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 hee. No, it was full on hyena loud laughing. You probably could hear it from the bathroom, like on the other side of the gas station. We just did not care. My anxiety disappeared, and I was just having way too much fun laughing at the pepperoni pizza. But we ended up getting like 3 slices each. Both got a large drink, and he ended up stealing a bunch of candy bars. He always used to do that for some reason. He would always just nab a couple of candy bars, stuff them in his pocket, and then get out of the store before they anyone got suspicious. I don't think he's ever got caught with that, which good for you, Chunk. The only thing I ever really stole from a Casey's is like a pack of gum, and let me tell you, I can't lie, I can't steal. I look too guilty. I am. I used to be called the sketchy kid when I first started smoking weed. I can't get away with anything. I just can't, so I don't even try. I did get away with stealing that pack of gum, but it was only because I wasn't buying anything and I wasn't around the counter. Like I didn't have to look the person in the eyes and give them the guilty look eye. So that's good. But yeah, after we got out there, we just we went home and Yeah, watched some YouTube at his house, ate the pizza, ate our snacks that he stole, and that was pretty much the day. We After a couple hours of hanging out, we went our separate ways. I went home, got hopped on Xbox, played with my only two friends, and which they'll be in stories too. Don't worry. These two people on my Xbox, they are just like Chunk, my actual best friends, and I honestly would um, would not give anything in the world for them. All three of them have been my best friend for so long, and to this day, and I'm a little sentimental about it because I've had hundreds of friends and this and that, online or in person, but for whatever reason, I get blocked. They'll stop wanting to hang out. They'll just do this and that. And for years, I gave up. Ever since I graduated, honestly, high school, I gave up on making friends and hanging out with friends and this and that. And I want to, but, stuff's just been busy. But yeah, anyway, enough about all that. That was the first time I poked Smot. It honestly is a very, very funny story, I think. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention his brother went home right before he called me up, so that's why he wasn't there on day two. Yeah, I kind of forgot he was there. He was just there for the night, and then I didn't see him the next day, and it's just everything else was just so more eventful that he just kind of poof. But yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you didn't, well, I don't blame you. I'm starting out. You got to start somewhere. Everybody has their humble beginnings. Maybe one day you'll like me, but until then, I just have to earn your respect, and I will try. So, thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting my channel. More
So, yeah, get the fuck out of my cellar, hoe ass.